Hey there, I'm Dr. Lori Friesen, and if you're feeling a little overwhelmed trying to get everything organized for your classroom this year, take a deep breath. You're not alone. Today, I'm going to walk you through one of the simplest, most powerful tools you can use to build strong homeschool communication and to teach your students real responsibility. And that's your take-home folder system. So this question was asked by one of our Ready for School Academy members, Jamie. So Jamie, this is for you. And for any of you who are like, what is a take-home folder? What is a Friday folder? Because that's sometimes what we call it as well. So let's talk about what a take-home folder is, why it matters, and kind of what to include and how to keep it running smoothly all year long. So if you've never heard of this before, what is a take-home folder? A take-home folder is basically just a simple two-pocket folder, like the kind that you can grab at Target or Walmart for like 25 cents during back-to-school sales. And the point is that it travels to and from school every day or every Friday. Some teachers do this once a week instead of every day. And it serves as a communication tool between you and your students' families. So it's where parents are going to find all those important forms. It's a way to keep everything organized, student work, notes from you, and where kids also return homework and signed forms. So it's like a centralized hub where you can have all the communication going back and forth. So many benefits to using these. You can use them as like building student responsibility. They can prevent all of those crumpled, lost papers at the bottom of backpacks, which is like our worst nightmare as teachers, right? And they can help you to stay organized all year long. So it's really a win-win for everyone. And there's a lot of different ways you can do this, but we're going to talk about one way that I've seen a lot of teachers using these successfully, what we can include in them. So first of all, here's how to set them up. In the left pocket of your folder, you're going to label this one as keep at home. So in that side of the folder, you're going to teach your students that this is where they're going to put their completed student work that you want to send home, any class newsletters that you want to deliver home and stay at home, flyers, announcements, anything from your school that's coming up, maybe your monthly calendar. If you send one home every month, you could put that in the left side. You could also at the beginning of the year keep a copy of your classroom rules or your expectations in that left side so that parents have a copy of them at home. And then in the right side of the folder, in the right pocket, you're going to label that one return to school. So this is where homework is going to go, or permission slips if you have a field trip coming up, any forms that you want parents to sign, any notes from home that you want to see from parents if they need to let you know about something that's coming up, reading logs, or any way that you're tracking home reading, that would also go in the right side. And I always include a clear label on each pocket so students and families know exactly what goes where, so you know where to look for it, and so kids know how to empty their folders. So once you have your take-home folders or your Friday folders set up, here's how you can manage them. So step one, like I teach you inside the academy for everything, you want to get clear on what your routine is, and then you want to model that routine. So you want to show your students exactly how to take it home, how to bring it back. So for example, if you're having your students bring their take-home folders to and from school each day, where do you want them to put them when they first come in each morning? Should they put them in their mailboxes? Do you have student mailboxes set up? Or on their desks? Do you want them opened? Do you want them to put specific things that they're bringing back to school in a specific bin? So for example, if you do reading logs, part of my students' morning routine that we practiced every day for the first few weeks of school was to put their reading log open to the page their parent had signed in a neat pile on the back table so that the parent who was coming in each day as part of my volunteer system, which I teach you in step 5 of the academy, when we talk about Meet the Teacher Night, that parent knew exactly where to find the reading logs and knew exactly what to do with them. And then I taught them a process, right? So if there's a note from a parent, where did the students put that? And again, I teach you all of this inside our paper management system inside the academy. But do you see how the secret to a well-managed classroom comes down to the systems that you've set up? Students really don't rise to the level of your expectations. They rise or fall to the level of your systems. So the second step is to practice. Practice, practice, practice. As you know, I teach this inside the academy. For the first few weeks, rehearse the routine every single day for your folders if you're using folders every day. Just like you need a clear routine for the morning when kids bring their folders to school, you need a step-by-step system for the end of the day as well. So Put your home reading log back into your folder, put it in your backpack, show it to your grown-up. Whatever your system is going to be, you need it to be very clear and you need to be practicing this with your students. Then the third step is to consider making this part of your daily jobs. So you can assign a student to be your folder checker or whatever you want to call it. And they can help pass out folders at the end of the day and they can remind them to turn them in. So every morning they can be there reminding students to turn in their folders. When you give this student a first name checklist, if they're your folder checker, and you give them a little clipboard so they can check kids' names off as they bring their folders in and put them wherever they need to go, your students feel really important. And then it isn't you monitoring one more thing in your classroom. And then the fourth step, as you know, I always say that you need to celebrate consistency. You need to keep acknowledging your students for what they're doing right. So praise your students who return their folders every single day. You might even keep a sticker chart or a mystery motivator. There are so many ways that you can do this. One of my favorite ways to do this is to have your folder checker give each student a golden ticket. I mean, we call it a golden ticket. It's just basically a small rectangle of yellow paper in exchange for their folder each morning in the first few weeks of school to build that habit. So the kids get to write their name onto their golden ticket and then they fold it and enter it into our lottery, which is basically just an empty Sam's Club sized plastic candy jar that I would draw a few names out of each Friday to win a small prize or something from our treasure chest. So it's really just a simple system that you set up to encourage your students to bring them back. So other tips that you can use is like give them reminders at dismissal time. Remind them, don't forget your take-home folder, or have your student who's in charge of this remind kids to do this. Make it part of your morning and evening routine so it really becomes a habit for your students to bring them back and forth. And send home notes to families explaining how important the folder is and how they can build that habit at home. And of course, share this information with parents at Meet the Teacher Night so they're well informed and they know exactly what to do when these folders come home each day. So our school, for example, purchased student agendas to accomplish the same goal for homeschool communication. I also used what I called homeschool communication notebooks. But however you want to do it, if your school doesn't do that, if they don't purchase agendas, you can easily create your own system using folders. So I've created some editable templates for you that you can download, print, and use with your students in your classroom inside our Ready for School Academy. I will put them inside our Academy Facebook group so you have them. So there you go. Take-home folders don't have to be complicated, but they really can transform your classroom routines and help your students to build that sense of responsibility that we all want them to have, especially when it comes to homeschool communication. So if this was helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this with a teacher friend who could use a little support getting organized. And if you liked this video, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have a topic that you'd love me to teach about on this channel, go ahead and leave your ideas in the comments below or your questions. And if you'd like help preparing for the year and would like to learn more about Ready for School Academy, which is such an incredible experience for all teachers as you prepare for the year, save your seat for my free class, How to Get Ready for the School Year in 5 weeks or less, at drlorifriesen.com/ready. And you can save your seat, learn more about how to do this, and also how to get ready for the school year using my Ready for School Academy. All right, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful week. You've got this. I am cheering you on every step of the way. I'll see you again very soon. And as always, remember, just because you're a beginning elementary teacher, there is no need for you to struggle like one. Bye for now.